vitamins and mineral supplement was developed by the HARI team long before our HARI.CA was developed. And one of the reasons that Prime was developed was because there was a definite deficiency in essential amino acids, vitamins, and minerals in commonly fed parrot seed mixes. Some of the benefits of Prime include the missing amino acids from traditional seed mixes, the vitamins and minerals. Prime vitamins also include a unique combination of digestive enzymes as well as microencapsulated probiotics. Unlike some other vitamin supplements on the market, Prime does not use sugar as a carrying agent to deliver the nutrients to the bird's body. Prime relies on calcium gluconate for that purpose, and that only helps as a delivery agent for other nutrients, but it serves as a necessary mineral supplement itself. Often caretakers ask us when to use Prime and if they really need it. Well, if they're following our general rule of thumb from HARI, the recommendation of a 70% formulated diet with 30% enrichment food, supplements are not necessary. However, if that consumption of HARI.CA or other formulated diet is not at that ultimate level, then the caretaker does need to consider using Prime at least once or twice a week. For parrots that are on a predominant seed-based diet, as well as maybe a little bit of fruits and vegetables, which are good, but they're not enough, we recommend using Prime a little bit more frequently, at least 5 to 7 days a week. Every package of Prime comes with a complete instruction sheet, a general rule of thumb for serving, and we do recommend using Prime as on the bird's favorite moistened food, but every Prime comes with a scoop, a 1 cc scoop. So for large parrots, you'd use 1.5 scoop. For a medium-sized parrot, such as an African gray or maybe a Pyonis, you'd use a 1 cc scoop, that's just 1 scoop. And for the passerines, the finches, canaries, and even the budgies and lineateds, we recommend using half a scoop. For cage birds in a flight situation, let's say for instance a flight full of budgies or canaries, we have the recommendation per bird serving of Prime. But in that type of situation, it's really kind of hard to assess whether one bird is getting his share of Prime at the same equal share as the others. And while that seems to be a rather vague answer, the best thing a caretaker can do is make sure that they have their birds examined by their avian veterinarian at least once a year. The avian veterinarian can check to see if vitamin and mineral assimilation is being adequate for an individual bird. Every once in a while we're asked if you can give too much Prime. We have to consider the bird, its overall diet. For instance, let's say a blue and gold macaw who eats that recommended 70% formulated diet or our HARI.CA and the rest being enrichment food. Yes, you can overdose vitamins and minerals when he's eating that much in the way of formulated diet that are already supplemented with the right amount of vitamins and minerals. Because we recommend Prime being sprinkled on your bird's favorite and moist, soft foods, sometimes it can be a little challenging with some species that don't eat a lot of fresh fruits and veggies or mashes or even the chop diets that are commonly found right now. For birds that are challenged with eating fruits and vegetables, sometimes the caretaker has to be a little creative in ensuring that their bird is supplemented properly. We have some really creative strategies to get Prime implemented into a lot of birds' diets, and one of my favorite ways is to use the mealworm. You take a few mealworm, you put them in a Ziploc bag, you shake it up with the dosage of Prime and offer it to the bird. This is especially successful with passerines that love their bugs. With my own budgie, I've discovered long ago that she'd like to pull on the curtains when she could reach it from her cage. And with that, I decided to sprinkle the kale with the water so that the Prime vitamins will stick to it, and then attach that to the side of the cage. And within 2 minutes of me turning my back, there she was, crunching down on her kale. Another strategy that can be used when administering the Prime, especially for birds that don't like their fruits and veggies, is to actually mist a sprig of spray millet with water and then sprinkle the amount of prime on top of that, and within a few minutes they definitely have devoured their millet, and along with that, the prime. Often we're asked if prime can be used in water. Well, our preferred method is to sprinkle that dosage on the bird's favorite moistened foods. We do understand that sometimes it's just easier to put it in the water. Caretakers need to be reminded that vitamins and minerals break down in water very quickly. In addition to the vitamin and minerals breaking down, we also are creating a shortened life of the benefits of prime, so therefore it's not as valuable to the consumer. The dosage for prime being used in a water dish, whether it be for a parakeet or a macaw, are the same. Another moistened food that makes a great vehicle in administering prime are sprouts. With the trends of using freshly sprouted grains, as well as some of the chop recipes that are being offered to our companion birds, we have a lot of customers, caretakers, that alternate the use of prime with our clay cow on these types of enrichment foods. Caretakers often ask us how much prime should they purchase. Much of that depends on how frequently they're going to be using it, how many birds they have in their household. We do want to remind our customers that once prime is opened, it needs to be refrigerated. We'd also like to advise our customers that to use the prime within a reasonable amount of time. If you have one bird, buying our large containers is probably not a good idea, because we always want to make sure that you have a nice fresh product. Breeders often ask us why we do not have a separate vitamin that enhances breeding. Prime already has sufficient quantities of vitamin E, and of course its carrying agent is calcium gluconate, which takes care of the calcium needs for the laying hen. Prime is used by aviculturists all over the world, and one of the things they comment and like the most about offering prime to their birds is the fact that it has a fruity smell to it and a fruity flavor. This is especially good when you're implementing the prime on your bird's favorite moistened food, such as an apple. The flavor homogenized and does not have a medicinal taste.